What's crackin', lady and gents? Let's talk about time travel, specifically the boss, Demonic Life. This is a support class boss, so take up the Shadow Ambush talent. Let's take a look at her skills. Tidal Shock summons a massive tidal wave, dealing 200% attack damage to all targets. This skill devastates the whole team evenly. Do your best to survive this attack. The second skill, Fierce Waves. Basic attacks deal 120% attack damage to 3 random targets and restores HP equal to 200% attack damage. Does not hurt as much as the first, and it's survivable. And the last skill, Deep Sea Breath. Tidal Shock restores life with a large amount of HP. So this skill is cast with the first skill when her energy is full. You can counter the heal with characters like Eddie, Ninetail, Karen, Anna. And just a point to note, you Gallon guys have no idea how great Karen is. Stay a while and listen when I talk about her role in the guide. This boss is made for Toko
I'm second to none.
and Forest of
On
Avatar.
by the tree, sound for
It is all about front load burst damage, as this boss does not have a lot of HP. I would not recommend any other damage dealers, but if you don't have these two, then you must make do with what you have. But you can it can still be done as long as you reduce her healing and you're able to survive. Tanks are not necessary as long as your supports buffing up your Toko and Forest of Avatar can survive her first skill damage output without being one-shot or getting destroyed in the second round. You can down this boss. It is all about burst. So if I were to choose a tank class, it would be
Don't
Kinley?
go. Did I say to let you go?
Rex,
bomb you back to the Cretaceous.
Fate
Godslayer?
of the twin souls, tangled be.
and
You need
General of Rescue. Kinley
Don't go. Did I
being
say
the
to
best
let you
choice,
go?
as she is a mini Toko. Thinker, obviously
Even
for
stone can be
his shields,
unpredictable.
his heals when his exclusive equipment is active and while the shields are active, armor, and mitigation for ally with highest attack. And almost forgot,
Give up,
Jetson.
so I can cut you neatly.
For your supports, you have a variety you can choose from, but I choose supports that boost Toko and Forest of Avatar damage. So this includes Time, if you can get him, but no one's gonna really have him, except for very few people. The Whales. Cupid, for his lover buff. Einstein, for his
What is my
Resurrect.
superpower? Imagination.
You've got
Notice,
Combat type
there will be no life
for
sign you
armor
after 5
and attack damage
seconds.
boost. If you require Afra,
You should be glad
then
to see
you
the
use
angel
her
alive.
alongside with Thinker for her heals. You can use, this one's a tank, but Moonlight
The
Paladin
moon's gravity is the source of my power.
for her attack buff and target damage received increase. Camp for his speed attack increase and mitigation. Now for the most important role in the fight, debuffing the boss so that her heals are less effective and receiving more damage taken. So let's take a look at these heroes. We have a Cyber Rodin for debuffing the boss to receive more damage taken. He's got damage mitigation by 20% and a small heal to HP for the ally with the lowest life. You've got Eddie,
Your soul will be burned to ash.
Ninetales,
Voice has not yet been sounded. I
Anna.
brought the tinder of hell.
and
Super aim has
Karen.
been deployed.
so they can all debuff the boss to reduce her healing. What I'm about to say is the most important part of this video and not well known to people in the community, so focus up. To keep it simple, their healing effect reduction can all superimpose, meaning, for example, you are using an Eddie and a Ninetales together in the same team. They both cast their skills to reduce healing effectiveness. This means the boss now has a 40% less healing effectiveness, so it basically adds up together. Eddie's 20% and Ninetales 20%. But let's seriously take a look at my favorite underdog, Karen. This skill here in particular. This skill here, if you read the blue bit, the aim target healing effect decreases by 20%, and the extra damage taken by the aimed enemy increases to 40%. You know what? They both stack. So her healing effectiveness and extra damage taken by the enemy, confirmed by the game devs, both stack. All you need is just herself. You don't even need Eddie, Ninetales, and who was the other one? Anna. You can pair her up with Eddie or any of the other three. They can reduce healing. But yeah, you can just use her by yourself. From testing, it cannot reduce healing to 0%, but I've seen this boss not heal after her skill was cast. Unless my Toko just outright just nullified it just from all her juicy damage. So I'm gonna have to ask for your help to test this and report back with your findings, preferably with video evidence. Let's take a look at the talents for our damage carry. This is a support type boss, so take up the Shadow Ambush talent for your first talent. Second talent, Titan Killer, no other choice for damage carry. Third talent, you can take Overprotection only if the damage output of the boss can be out-healed. Otherwise, my go-to choice is always Ghost Curse, just for more damage. You can either pick Death Gaze or Rush Offense. Death Gaze gives a bit more damage in the long run, but for progression fights, I always choose Rush Offense. Now for the tank talents. So like I said before, this is a burst boss, so I basically just build my tanks like a damage carry. Like before, so Shadow Ambush talent, Titan Killer without a doubt, Ghost Curse, either Death Gaze or Rush Offense. The tanks have a lot of survivability, but if you do need survivability, second talent, you can go Vitality Armor. Third talent, either Overprotection or Fearless Persistence. And that is it. For my supports, I normally build them tanky. You've got a choice of Super Shield or Ode to Death. I always choose Super Shield to prevent one-shots and give me a good head start with a higher HP pool for Aphra to heal. And for the second talent, you can either choose Vitality Armor or Selfless Guardian. I normally just choose Selfless Guardian. Third talent, Overprotection or Fearless Persistence. I normally just choose Fearless Persistence because for progression fights, Aphra just can't out-heal the boss's damage output. And last of all, definitely Defensive Barrier, must have. Now for your buffer and debuffer, They're normally just your secondary damage, so you just build them like your first damage carry. But if they're having trouble surviving, then of course you'll give them super shield, just basically defensive talents. Let's talk about gear levels. So when I was still in the earlier stages of the boss, I upgraded my blue and purple gear to a minimum of 5 enhancement, sometimes all the way only to complete quests to upgrade them. When I hit the anti-entropy gear, I went for a combination of level 10 enhancement and all the way up to 15, depending on the stats I was given. When I got up to the Godslayer equipment, I went up to
Peak is easy to
level
reach,
15
but it's hard
all the
to
way.
maintain sheer will.
Honestly, you can use any of the ships. My suggestion definitely is still Black Samurai, because it takes out a bigger chunk of the boss's HP. And the number of times that the Black Samurai has had the last hit on my progression fights to get the boss killed is numerous. Otherwise, you can use the Restore ship for more survivability, or if you want your characters to do more damage instead of the ship, you just use the Dimension Hunter. Otherwise, Black Samurai all the way. So far, I am the only one in the server to have completed level 17 and level 18. I have the damage for level 19, but I don't have the survivability due to low awakening, which means low HP. And even if I give my low awakened characters tanking artifacts with HP percentage and the best HP percentage gear, they still get one shot. However, let's take a look at the battle. Level 18 battle.